Hello all and welcome back to my channel Nomadic Ujwal. So this is one of the most awaited video of my channel because there were so many requests from my subscribers, from my friends that please make a video on how to create an Express Entry profile. And my answer was please wait for some time because I was waiting for PR at that time. And if you are following my channel, then you might know that I've already got my PR along with my family, and I've already made a few videos on my PR journey. So if you would like to see that video, please go through my channel, just scroll the videos and you will find that videos over there. This video is going to be long because I'm going to explain a step by step everything, like how to create a profile, and also there are few questions which is something which I need to elaborate more. So watch this video till end so that there won't be any mistake while applying your Express Entry profile. So before moving ahead, if you are new to my channel, then for my support, kindly subscribe to this channel and don't forget to hit the bell icon.
So to open the website, just write GC key login, and this is the website from where you can log in it. So if you have your account, then you can directly just log in into it and you can start with it. Like just click here GC key username, and you can see I have already login details, and if you don't have, then I have already made a video on it, how to create a GC key account. So you can just go to that video and you can see the process how to create it. Like you can just sign up and do the process, but as I already have an account, so I'll just directly start with that. So you can just give that, and so this is the page from where you can apply for the Express Entry. Like for Express Entry, for your study visa, for visitor visa, everything you can see it here. So this is about the Express Entry. So we'll just click on apply to come to Canada. So just on the main page you can just scroll down and you can just here see apply to come to Canada. So just click on it. The first option is personal reference code and the other is I do not have a personal reference code. So for sure we don't have a personal reference code, so we will start with this option. You can see here it's visitor visa, study or work permit, Express Entry and International Experience Canada, IEC. So we are going to apply for an Express Entry, so you have to select this. So find out if you are eligible to apply. So first, when you will start this application, there will be a certain questions which it will be asked to you. You have to answer that, and on the basis of that they will verify that you are eligible to apply for Express Entry or not. So how does it work? Let's see. So which province or territory do you plan to live in? So if you do not, like if you don't know yet, choose the province or territory you are most interested in. Like I'm in British Columbia, so I'll just select British Columbia, but if you want to select anyone else, like any other province, it's fine. At the when you will start filling the form, at there also you will have an option. So this is not a compulsory, whatever it is, you can just select one option and you can just select next. So Canada's official languages are English and French. You need to submit a language test result for all programs under Express Entry. So yes, I have IELTS, then select next. Whatever the date is, you can just select that and just make sure the IELTS or language test is only eligible, like it's only eligible for 2 years. So accordingly you have to like when you apply for it, just make sure that your IELTS is still valid. So whatever it is, just select next. Enter the test score, speaking, whatever it is. I'll just start with 7 each, but whatever your score is, you can just do that. Next. Do you have any other language result? Not in my case, I'll just select none, but if you have, you can just select accordingly. In the last 3 years, how many years of skilled work experience do you have in Canada? So this is about in Canada. So how much do you have? It must have a full-time or an equivalent amount of part-time. So whatever it is, you have to calculate that. So it is like none, less than 1 year, or 1 year or more. So I'll just select 1 year more or more. Like if it's this one, for sure, like even you will be eligible for that, but you won't be having that much point. So I'll just select 1 year or more so that accordingly you can get a points. During this period, which tier of the national occupation classification is most of the experience in? So whatever the experience is in, you have to select that. Like for example, whatever I did, I was in category 3, like tier 3, so I have selected that. Then next. So now you can see that I am eligible to apply for an express entry. So if you are not eligible, then it would be like you are not eligible for it. Then again, of course, you have to see certain questions. If you have answered wrongly, then you have to just go back, exit questionnaire, go back and answer it. So if you are eligible, the first step is when you click continue, you will be guided through the following steps to complete your profile. Complete the express entry profile builder, review your profile and submit your profile. So this is the step 1, you have to fill the details. Step 2 is after you submit your profile, you will see a page that confirms that your profile has been submitted. It will have more information on next steps. Shortly after your submit, you will also receive a confirmation message in your account. So these are the two steps which you have to do it. So let's begin with that, like continue. Okay, so find out if you are eligible to apply. So now there is again a certain questionnaires which you have to fill it, and accordingly they will create what details we will need to fill it. So we'll start with that. What is your last name? I'll just start according to whatever it is, just for example. So this should be as per again as per your passport, and if you feel that you have certain questions, you can just click on this. Last name is also known as the family name, first name is also known as a given name. Enter all names as they appear on passport. So if there is any details you needed, then you can just go through here and accordingly you can write it down. But for whatever, if you have doubt, you have a question sign, you can just write it, like you can just click on it and you can see what exactly it is. What is your gender? Male. What is your date of birth? So whatever your date of birth is, you can just note it down. For example, I'll just do 1st January 2000. Next. What is your marital status? I am married, but I will just give an example according to like never or single married, because it is the same thing. If you are married, you have to write it married, and then you have to fill details of yourself and of your wife. If you have a kid, so the first option is single, which I will be showing it. Second option is you along with your wife, then there will be 2 options for you. You have to fill for details for your husband as well as like for you as well as for your wife as well. Third is like you have kids as well, so then too you will have an just option to give the details of yourself and your wife, not about the kids details will be done after you will get your ITA, and then you will get in certain fields where you have to give the details about the kids. But right now when you will apply, there won't be any details about kids, so don't get confused on that. So I'll just write it like never married or single, and next. So now you can see these are the details like personal details, contact details, study and languages, application details, representative and work history. So if you have created just for yourself, then your name and candidate express entry profile. If you have created for you and your wife, then there will be a 2 section, like here it would be for yourself and the next one would be for your wife. So let's start with this process, and you can just click on here and start form. So tell us, it's about name, which I have already done it. If you see any mistake, then you have to go back and then you have to check for that. But this already, you have already filled it before, so accordingly you can see that you cannot edit it right now. You can just see if you want to change any information in a locked file, you must return to the application summary page by clicking on the save and exit button, and then click on a modify family information button on the top of the page. So accordingly you can do that, but I will just click next. Again, date of birth I have already mentioned everything. So country of birth, say India. City or town of born, I'll just write it down, Rajkot. Again, this should be as per the passport, so just make sure you will write all details as per the passport. Marital status I've already given, so next. Tell us about Nomadic Ujjwal passport. Okay, does Nomadic Ujjwal have a passport or national identity document? Yes, I have it. So it will be passport. So whatever the passport detail is, like your document number, so for example A123456, so accordingly you can just see the passport number and you can write it down here. Country or territory of issue, it's India. Issue year, whatever the date is, I will just write it down 2020 till 2029. Save and add. So now when you save and add, you can see all the details are here. If you think like you have made a mistake, just click on modify and you can edit it. Click on next. Has nomadic usual applied to immigration, refugee or citizenship Canada before? So the people who are in Canada, you have to select yes, because you have already applied for your study visa or your visitor visa or your work permit, whatever it is. Because once you have applied, like once you have applied for your either of like the study visa or your work permit or your work visa, whatever it is, so you have to select yes. But if you are out of Canada and if you are applying for the first time, like you don't have your visa, any visitor visa or any of your study visa, anything, then you have to select no. But as I'm saying that if you are already in Canada, then you have to select yes. Has nomadic usual applied for express entry before? If you have applied, then yes. But if you have not applied and if you are applying for the first time, then you have to select no. So as you have seen, like if nomadic usual has a unique identity, like client identifier, UCI number. So as I have selected here yes, so of course your UCI number will be same for everything. For example, I came to Canada on a study permit, so I have a UCI number. Then I got my work permit, I have the same UCI number with the work permit, and then I applied for my PR. So UCI number is a unique number of yourself, so it is the same for all the process. So here whatever the UCI number is, you have to write down that, and that you can find everywhere in the document, like your application, like when you fill your study application, you have UCI on that, you have on your work permit, you have on your study permit. So you can just check and you can write down UCI number here. Countries of citizenship. So I am citizenship of India. If you have more, then you can just insert row and you can add it. Country of residence. Currently I am in Canada, so I'll just write Canada. But if it's different, if you are applying from some other country, then you have to select accordingly. What is the province or territory your primary place of residence? And British Columbia. What is your postal code of your primary residence? So whatever your postal code is, I would say you can just write it down that. Then select next. How many family members does nomadic usual have? As I told you, I am just applying for myself, then one. But if you see, this includes nomadic usual, a spouse, partner, dependent children and their dependent children. So for example, if you are applying for your wife and for yourself, then two. With kids, then accordingly you have to mention it here. How much money in Canadian dollars will nomadic usual bring to Canada to support themselves and their family? So they have certain table for that. So accordingly you have to see according to your family member. Like if it is one, now it's recently updated. So if this, like you are applying just for yourself, then at least you will be showing this funds. If you are more, then you have to show accordingly. So just make sure that you have to show at least this month. If you are not showing, like for example, I'm applying for myself and I'll just mention that I have $10,000, then it is possible that your profile will be ineligible to apply for an express entry. So just make sure at least you should have this. There are certain criteria where you will not need a fund, but then too you have to write it down here. Like for example, if you don't have to show your funds, but then too you have to at least write it here. But I'm applying for one person, so I'll just write it down 15,000, because the minimum is $14,690. So I'll write down 15,000. And next, does nomadic usual have a relative who is a citizen or permanent resident? No, but if you have, then you have to select and you have to edit it. Like you can just select yes, save and continue. So now you can see the personal details is completed. So accordingly you have to fill all the forms. Let's start with contact details. Language of correspondence, of course it would be English. Next, provide an email address below where correspondence can be sent. So it will be nomadicUsual@gmail.com and save and exit. So again, it's done. Study and language. Now this is one of the most important who are already in Canada, so because you have to you are claiming certain points, so just make sure if you are on this page, just now clearly listen what exactly it is and you have to mention that details here. So has Nomadic Ujjwal finished high school or any higher education including university, college or vocational training? Yes. Field of study, I have completed my business management something here, so you can also select this, and if you want even business or commerce you can select that as well. Even this is fine for MBA. Since what year? I have been here in January 2021. This is my current study. No, because I have already completed my study, so no. And then you will see an option like till what time you have done your study. So it was completed in April 2022. So completed full academic years. So now this would be a complicated. You must enter the number of full academic years you completed supported by a final transcript. So of course you will have to upload the final transcript. For example, just for an same I would say about the MBA. MBA basically is of 2 years, but your course will most probably will be completed either in 15 months or either in 18 months, which is like almost 1.5 year. But the course was of 2 years, so you will write 2 here. The study was part-time or full-time. It was a full-time. Standing at the end of the study period, if your degree was awarded, you have to select this certificate or diploma or degree awarded, not completed, or in good standing but no certificate. Like in certain colleges we have still not got the degree certificate or you don't have it, so you have to select this. But in my case I got the degree, so certificate or diploma or degree awarded. Country of study, it's Canada, but if you are applying from outside Canada then you have to select accordingly. Province or territory, it's British Columbia. City of town, it's Vancouver. Postal code, I'm not sure, I don't know, so I'll just randomly write down the code. Name of school of institution, I completed from University Canada West. Level of education, so now this again it is important, you have to select what is your education is. Mine was masters, so I will select masters. Was Nomadic Ujjwal awarded a Canadian degree? Yes, I was awarded. Now, was this degree, diploma or certificate like from a public post-secondary school such as a college, trade, technical school, university in Quebec, from a private post-secondary school that operates under the same rules as a public school, bachelor's, master degree or doctorate degree from a Canadian private school that can be legally awarded degrees using under provincial law. The student must have enrolled in a study program that led to a degree as a set of the province. So whatever your option is, like for example, like I will select yes, because yes, I was in a master degree from a Canadian private school that can legally award degrees under a provincial law. So yes, I have done from like a school, from a private school which was legally can award a degree. So yes, I have done it. So what is the designated learning institution? So this must, like all of them who are applying from a Canada, they know about DLI. If you don't know, you can just click on this and you can just directly go on this page from where you can get a DLI number, because we have to write a DLI number here. So we'll just go page British Columbia. You can just type the college name, University Canada West. You can see here it is, and this is the DLI number. So I'll just copy this, we'll go back and I will paste it here. Was more than half of the study program English or French as a second language course? No, my second language, there was no second language course. And here the people make a mistake. If you select yes, then you won't get a 30 points of your education. So just make sure there are, like I have got almost like 50 to 60 questions till now that I have not got my 30 points for my education in Canada. So this here is the detail. People get confused here, like was more than a half of study program English or French as a second language course. So there is no second language course here, so you have to select no. Did nomadic usual study in Canada based on award that required them to go back to their home country? No, it is not required to go back to their home country, so no. Did nomadic usual complete at least 50% of the study or training programs course through in-person learning? Yes, I have done it. Did nomadic usual studied in Canada for at least 8 months? Yes. Did nomadic usual studied full time for at least 8 months to earn this degree? Yes. So just make sure you have to choose this accordingly, and then on the basis of your answer you will get the points. As I told you of here, this is the most important. People don't get 30 extra points here due to this question over here, and if they made mistake, then you won't be getting the 30 points. So you are claiming the Canadian education points. So here it would be no, and save and add. So here you can see these details, whatever we have filled, it is here, and accordingly you can modify. If you have made any mistake, you can just click on modify and you can edit whatever the details it is. But this is about the Canadian education. My suggestion is, if you have completed your bachelor's in any other country, like for example I have completed my bachelor's in India, so I will also give the bachelor's details, like field of study, whatever I have done, the details. I have completed in 2011. This is my current study. No. Till what year, whatever the year is, you can just write it down. That it was 3 years, it was a full time, standing certificate and diploma degree awarded. Country of study, I did it in India. City, it was Pune. Name of the school, it is SSR College. Level of education, I have done bachelor's, so I will select this bachelor's here. Was nomadic usual awarded a Canadian degree, diploma or certificate for this period of study? No, this was not a Canadian degree, so I will select no. And once you do this, you will have an option of educational credential assessment within the past 5 years for this degree. So now again here people get confused, like if my higher education is in Canada, then do I have to do educational credential assessment for my bachelor's? So my answer is no, you don't have to do it. So you can just select no and you can just save and add. But if you have, like for example I was having my ECA, because I have planned certain different things, so I was having my ECA. So if you have your ECA done, then you have to give the details, like from where you have done your education assessment, and then you can just select accordingly. But if you have not done, it's fine, because your higher degree, like your master degree, is in Canada, so this is not a compulsory requirement. So you can just save and add, and you can see that your both details are here. So accordingly, yes, it's done. If you want to delete or if you want to modify, you can just go on this and you can just do it. And if you are done with your education part, just click on next. Next is about your official language. Can nomadic usual communicate in English? Yes, I've already selected this before, so you can just see that few of the details are already there. But then too, you can just check, has nomadic usual taken an approved language? Yes, I've already done it. Language test taken is IELTS. Language test version is of course general, because academic IELTS is not it's not valid for the express entry, like for your PR. So you have to give the general test, so it will be general. I have already selected the date. So the next is date of test result. So most probably when you give test, it will be usually on the same week or the next week. So whatever the test result is, you can just write it down, that date, and this you can get it from the test result. So you can just check that and you can just write it down here. Language test result for certificate number. So see help button for a language test taken. So whatever, if you have detail, you can just select on this and you will get it. I have already selected before, so this is the same, but if you want to change this one, you can change it. Has nomadic usual taken an approved language test to access the French skill? No, in my case I have not, but if you have done it, then you can just select yes, save and exit. So our personal detail, contact details, study and languages are done. Application details, start form. So as I told you, like if you are not sure before, then you have to select any one province and you can proceed it. But now you can see which province or territories would nomadic usual consider living in. So if you have multiple options, if you know, then it's fine. If you don't know, I will just say select all province and territories. So if you are eligible for certain programs, and if you get ITA, and if you have selected all provinces, then you can get an ITA from any of the provinces if your express entry profile is selected for that particular like a field or particular program or anything. Then it is always good to do all province and territories. But if you are like, no, I don't want to be selected in any other province, I just want Ontario and British Columbia, then just select that option. But my suggestion is you can just write it down, all province and territories. These are the certain things for British Columbia and Ontario. They will like, I authorize, so yes, and here to yes. And so this option if you will get only if you select British Columbia and Ontario. If you don't select, then you will not get this option. Next, has Nomadic Ojwal received a nomination certificate that from a province or territory? Sure, I'm pretty sure like when you're creating for the first time, of course you won't have any nomination certificate, so it would be no, and then save and exit. So this is done. Now representative, start form. An applicant can appoint a person to do a business with Immigration, Refugee and Citizenship Canada on their behalf. I have not selected any representative, so no. But if you are doing it, then accordingly you need to select, but I'll just select no, save and continue. So work history, now you can just start. So primary occupation, 5-digit knock code. So for sure, like the people who are going to apply for a PR, they might know about the knock code, but if you don't know, then you can just click on this, and this is the page from where you can get your knock code. So here you can just check with your job title, or just start checking it and you will get to know what is your knock code. So for example, I'll just write it as 33103. Sorry, it's 33103, which is pharmacy technical assistant. And so you just start typing it and you will get to know. If not, then you can just start by just type here and you will search it. Date Nomadic Ujwal first became qualified to practice in this occupation. So if the primary occupation is qualified trade occupation, like 5-digit code, include occupational code 62200 and occupational code beginning with 7273 or so others, and any other job, this is the date they first obtained the minimum education or training stated in the knock description. Note, if the knock only states high school, so this is the date they graduated. So whatever your knock code is, you have to go into the knock code and you have to see that what the basic requirement is of that particular knock code. Like for example, this is a pharmacy assistant. So when you go to this knock and search, and you will see this employment requirements. So pharmacy technical assistant usually requires a completion up to 2 years of a pharmacy technical assistant vocational program. Pharmacy assistant usually require a completion of a pharmacy assistant college program ranging from 6 to 12 months or completion of a secondary school and several months on job training. So I was fulfilling this one. So what I did is I have mentioned the date of my school graduation, like when I have completed my high school, which is in like 2011 or something. So whatever the it is the date of the graduation, you have to mention that date here. For example, again, if you are doing any management, like you are into any management knock code, then accordingly your knock code will be according to the management, but your education would be on the basis of the MBA or any other program. So accordingly you have to mention this date here. So just make sure, like I would say, if you make a mistake here, it should be fine, but it is always better to give what exactly they want. Like this detail won't decide that you will get your PR or not, but it is always good because they have already given the information like which date need to be included. So accordingly you can do it. Then click on next. Does Nomadic Ujwal have a certificate of qualification for a Canadian province or territory? No, but if you have it, then you have to select yes. Does Nomadic Ujwal have a job offer in Canada? The offer must be a full-time or for at least 1 year. Meet different requirements depending on the job. Be non-seasonal for a federal skilled worker. Like I have a job offer, but usually this is something related to like the LMIA or so. But yes, I have, like when I applied for my PR, I have given the details here, which I have selected. Yes, I have a job offer. Is this job offer for work that is full-time continuous? Yes, it is continuous. Is this job offer work that is non-seasonal? Yes, it is non-seasonal. 5-digit knock code, which is 33103. Job title is pharmacy assistant. How many employers made this job offer? I have selected one because none of the employer have made this offer, so just one. Is the employer any of the following, and select all that apply. An embassy, consulate or high commission in Canada? No. Any employer on the list of ineligible employers with the government of Canada? No, of course not my employer. Employer or company name, whatever the employer or company name is. Contact address of the company, so whatever the address is, you can just write it down. Province or territory, it's British Columbia. City, whatever city it is, I will just write Vancouver. Street address, again the same. Sometime this will be different, contact address of the employer is different and your job address will be different, so accordingly you can, if there is two different, you can write accordingly, but if it's same, you can just write it down whatever it is. Postal code, whatever it is. Was a positive labor market impact assessment issued for the job offer? No, like I'm on a postgraduate work permit, so it was no. Is nomadic usual currently working in Canada? Yes. Does nomadic usual have a valid work permit for the current job? Yes. Now you have seen two different options. No, my job does not require a work permit. No, my job requires a valid work permit, but I do not have one. So whatever it is, but I have it, so I will just select yes. Is nomadic usual job offer from the employer named on the current work permit? No, because mine is open work permit, so it will be no. Has nomadic usual have been working full time for the employer on their current work permit for at least 1 year? If yes, then yes. If no, then no. It doesn't matter, because if you have started with a new company, then of course you don't have a 1 year of the experience with the company, so it would be no. Knock code of current work permit. So this here again people make a mistake, so you don't have to select a knock code for this, just go directly at the down, and here it is written open, so it is an open work permit. Was a positive labor market impact assessment issued for the current work permit? So now again, before selecting no, just see what exactly it is. No, my work permit is exempt from LMI due to international agreement. My work permit exempt from LMI due to federal provincial agreement. My work permit exempt from LMI for other reason and is employer specific. No, because we don't have it, so just no. Next. Does nomadic usual have any work history? So if you have a work history, like if you have a work history, of course, like we have shown that I have 1 year of experience, so yes, I will select yes. Since what year? So whatever year the you have the experience, accordingly you have to mention, which is like 1, 2, 3, whatever it is, but make sure you don't have to add that job details for which you are not getting a points. For example, like when I came to Canada, I was working with a Walmart as a cashier, so I'm not going to include that because cashier is tier 4 job and tier 4 don't get any of the points, so don't add such details or such job details for which you are not claiming a points. Just include the company or your work history for which you are claiming a points, because you have to upload a documentation for each and every company. So whatever is in your job offer, you have to select that. So work hours 40, knock code 33103, job title pharmacy assistant, employer or company name. If you are self-employed, then you can just tick here, but if not, then just write it down, whatever it is. Country, Canada, British Columbia, city and town, Vancouver, street address, whatever the street address is, postal code, whatever the postal code is. Do you have a following conditions apply? Working legally in Canada during this time, a person must have been working on a valid work permit or exempt from needing one, has a legal status the whole time they are in Canada and not stayed longer than the approved time period. So working legally in Canada during this time, yes, I was working legally, so you have to select yes. Studying full-time while doing this job? No, I was not studying. Which of this category does the nomadic usual job falls under? No work permit required, work permit required, no LMI required, work permit and LMI required. So work permit is, of course, it is required to do a job, and so this will be the option like work permit required and no LMI required. Save and add. So you can just see whatever I have mentioned here is been added. So if there is any changes, just click on modify and you can change it. So if you would like to add the other job, then you can just go up and just fill it again, and you can just click on save and add. So the next job will also you will see over here. Once it is done, you can just click on next. The following question are about your education and work experience recognition in Canada. IRCC will only use this information for research. Like, this is not a compulsory one. Do you agree to answer this question? If you answer yes, then there are certain questions which you need to have to select and you have to do it. But it's not compulsory, so I would just suggest just click on no and save and exit. So now you can see that all the details is done, or like you can see complete over here. So everything is done. If you want to change anything, just update form and you can just change the details. After this is done, just click on continue, and this is the declaration. So I agree, whatever the given name is, nomadic usual, and whatever your security question is, and sign, and again yes, I agree and transmit. So congratulations, you have successfully submitted your application or your profile. So you can say this like your profile is been submitted. So step 1, you will receive a message in your account. So we will just go back and we'll see that. Step 2, if we need more information from you or you have reached a decision, we will communicate with you through message. And step 3 is processing time vary. You can just check the processing, like how much time will it take. There is a website from where you can just check. So this is what it is, like how you can apply for your PR, and this is how you can create your profile. Now we can just click on online services back, and so when we have not submitted, your application will show somewhere here, but once it is done, it will go over here. So you can see the current status is application profile updated. We'll just go check application status. So you can see this update you have got. You can just see that you have 3 new messages. You can see minimum entry criteria June 4, you made the minimum entry criteria. Here is the UCI number, my name, profile number, everything is here. June 4 you made the minimum criteria. So the minimum criteria I met, which was for federal skilled worker and a Canadian experience class. So these 2 are met, and you can see this CRS score, which is 475. And this is the breakdown of the score, like age, level of education, your language, second language, Canadian work experience, the education, and this is the main thing which I was telling you. It's Canadian education 30 points. So this is the points which we get, an extra 30 points when we are doing education in Canada. So many of them are confused that why I'm not getting this Canadian education points. So as I have told you, what you have to select when you fill an education details, so accordingly you can do it, and you can just go on again home. So now you can just see that you have already checked the message. So now you will it will show a submitted. From here you can just check the status. If you want to withdraw your file, you can just withdraw from here. But if you just click, like if you want anything need to be updated in your profile, just go again on check full application status, and here you can see view your profile. So click on it and you will see your profile again over here, and you have to update form. You have to click on update form, then you will have certain details. Whatever you want to edit it, just edit and do the same process. Like you have to transmit, and you have to final, you have to submit it, and again once you will submit it, you will see an updated something here. So application updated. So now again the profile has been updated. So this is the way how you can create your profile, and if you want to update your profile, then you can just directly update that profile by going here, and you can do it. So this is how you can create your express entry profile. It's a very easy process, it's a clear-cut process, and this is how I have showed you. So if you still have doubt related to creating a express entry profile, or are you stuck somewhere else, then kindly comment on the comment section, and if I might skip your question about it, then you can also follow me on Insta page, which is Nomadic Ujwal, and you can DM me over there. So as soon as possible I will reply to you. So thank you so much for watching this video, and if you feel that this video will be helpful to your friend or your family members or whoever it is, so kindly share this video. And for my support, if you are new to my channel, then don't forget to subscribe my channel.